There, it's recording now.
Is it recording?
Yes, it's
All right.
actually recording.
Good to go?
So, Teddy, do it.
Welcome to the most must-see podcast in the history of man. Welcome to...
Leftover Pants Podcast.
Or vlog, or whatever we want to call it.
That's fine.
Hey, listen, man, we look like we're about to drop, like, the hottest rap album, like, the North Country has ever seen.
I know, look at Baldy with the arms.
So, yeah, we're in Matt's kitchen. First of all, I'm Baldy Locks, Teddy, Matt. This is Kevin. Kevin, who are you?
God knows.
Yeah.
At this point, like God knows.
Why don't you introduce yourself to the Leftover Podcast, Leftover Pants community?
I'm Kevin Cooney. I work for Mountain Lake PBS. I am here specifically to promote PlattsNerd, which is going to be the most amazing fucking... Sorry, can I curse?
Yo,
Yeah, go for it, man.
Because
I
otherwise,
love that.
you'd have to really censure basically everything I say.
It's okay.
I'm
Completely
here to promote
uncensored.
PlattsNerd. It's a local community event that promotes and sponsors your local public wrestling broadcasting station.
Mhm.
Also, I have a whole other life online. I won the Vlogger of the Year in Japan. I spent 13 years living in Japan.
Wow.
And
Interesting.
won Vlogger of the Year for YouTube there. So that's a whole other area that you guys apparently did not know about. I warned you. But
Yes, you
like,
did.
but there was that whole other of my life, which is a different thing. But right now, I'm just saying, like, come to PlattsNerd because it's gonna be the best fucking thing ever.
Nice.
Save the date, guys. When's the date?
October 28th
Excellent.
at the Champlain Center Mall. We're taking over Ganner Mountain, which is gone from basically crossbows to shoot deer to elven bows to save Zelda. It's kind of an appropriate changeover when I think about it because it's sort of like the nerds won in the end.
Yeah.
Over
And
the
you
North
can-
Country
no,
Hicks.
No, you can be a crossbow hunter and still be a nerd. That's absolutely like a thing.
That's
but
true.
I'm just saying, legitimately, Gander Mountain is gone, and now it's going to be a Comic-Con in that same space.
When is it?
October 28th.
Oh, that's really soon, okay.
Yeah. Well,
Is it going to be like an annual thing?
it's
or?
not far enough away for me as a planner, but it's definitely fairly soon. Yeah. We have about 24 artists and vendors coming. We have an RC racing competition. We have a nerd trivia thing with prizes. We have a cosplay competition with prizes. We have so much stuff like in the sort of game plan now. But it's like it's a rolling thing. Like we're getting more and more people because it's a huge freaking space.
Yeah,
And
it is.
so like mostly trying to focus on local artists and local community people who want to maybe try their hand at stuff. Also, we're like it's $8 for general admission, $4 for students, seniors, military. So it's kind of like cheap considering what some people charge for
admission for that kind of thing.
admissions, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like we have basically all the same vendors from the same community. So.
Oh,
Nice.
So who's
That's
participating?
cool.
Any food court vendors participating?
Well, I've heard there's
Just out of
there's a
curiosity.
food court at the mall that has delicious food, and they're actually participating as well with the discount of I think it was 80%. You said
Well,
80%.
I
You
don't.
said 80%.
I don't represent Sabaros. Did Sabaro say
Throw him
that?
right under the fucking bus. No, that's kind of cool.
Shout out
because,
to Brittany and Jason.
Part of the, you said you watched the latest 2 episodes, which is cool. We appreciate
I did.
it. Part of the charm and the appeal for our 5-year plan for the Leftover Pants podcast and community, or whatever we want to refer to it as, was that we started locally and it was very locally.
I agree.
How do we say it?
Locally
like
focused.
locally focused on the nerd groups in the North Country and in Plattsburgh in general. And it was cool because Teddy came and joined us, and he obviously,
I thought that was cool.
yeah, he's cool. He's neat. I like him.
I try.
And he plugs China Cafe once in a while.
Keep it
And,
Chinese.
you can do it whenever you want, man. Like I said, I love China
Keep it
Cafe.
Chinese.
And do you remember that one episode where I just put China Cafe?
Oh my God,
The whole
that
time we
was
were
so
talking, it's
funny.
just China Cafe. I put the address of them all on there too. But no, that's cool. Like, we want to do things like this where we can connect with different people in the community and kind of make people aware of different things that are going on, like at the mall. And we plugged the arcade at one point too with their awesome
Space Invaders?
Space Invaders Extreme or whatever.
Everything
So
good,
that's cool.
Everything good starts small and locally,
Yeah.
and it's about community at the end of the day. Like all things good start small, locally, and that's always going to be the most important thing. If you affect someone locally in your community, that's more important than affecting anything else in the world. Like to really have that is a blessing and a great thing.
Yeah,
So
cool.
good for you guys for like, going with that approach.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Speaking of starting small, you might realize by now that we're not recording in our regular recording space. We're in Matt's new kitchen.
Yep.
Because Matt just moved in, and we thought it would be kind of cool to drink beer in the kitchen. And is that a rooster?
And record a podcast. It's a chicken, actually. Yes.
Well, I'm glad you specified.
One might.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the chicken can join us too. Some of us might be drinking alcohol. Some of us may not be. We're going to let you guess who is and who's not.
Decide.
It's kind of a leftover
That's
podcast
going.
tradition to rub the bald head for good luck. So if you want to put your rooster on there.
Hold up, put my cup in your head. No matter how many times you ask again.
It's all right. My wife doesn't watch this anyway. So.
I would also like to say that this is seemingly a extremely convenient spot to get a beverage as well.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll make this the new tradition. We'll just record in the fucking
Record in the kitchen.
kitchen.
Right in front of a fridge.
Kinda cool. It's not like it's not gaming themed or anything. You got Link and fucking.
Yeah, I mean, Sleeping Kirby, and I got Fallen Kirby, and I got Carriermon over here. You can't see them, but they're there.
Yeah, that's
But,
cool.
Yeah.
So, what's on tap for tonight? Let's talk about it. We've got, well, I don't have it on paper because it's 2017.
Can I break in here?
You may.
Um,
Anytime you want, bub.
what do you guys do? What is your what's the purpose of this podcast?
So basically, we.
Tell me in the form of a news break or a thing about gaming that I'd love to hear, because I'm an old school gamer. But I'd love to hear what have I missed out on since the last time I picked up a control pad.
Oh well, yeah. Tonight's gonna be a jumbo episode because we're gonna take it easy. We're just gonna go casual. We're gonna talk about anything that we want to. We're gonna go off on tangents. It's gonna be fucking beautiful. Okay. So keeping up with the Gen Gap tradition of the Leftover podcast, which we explained, free plug for whoever owns that IT. Somebody does. They have 3 tweets and they have the Twitter handle and
Are you for sale?
fuckers.
We will buy you out for 50 cents.
Each.
So yeah, basically the itinerary for the Leftover Pants podcast weekly. We introduce ourselves. We talk about what we've been playing this week. We talk about what's been going on in our personal lives if we want to. It's kind of just 3 guys usually that get together. We talk about our nerdy lives, our real lives, and then we talk about the news for the week, gaming-related news, of course. Anything big that came up, anything that we want to talk about.
That
And
sounds
then-
like a podcast I want to listen to every week and subscribe to
Thanks.
it.
Yes.
I want to see that all the time.
Perhaps we can put it on SoundCloud and iTunes soon, if people would like to consume it that way.
Yeah.
We'll work on that soon.
That sounds like a really awesome thing that everyone should want to see.
Yes, thank you. And then at the end, it's kind of a podcast tradition, Leftover Pants tradition, where we have something called Quiztacular. This is episode number 11. So we're going to have Quiztacular number 11, which we were kind of confused last time. It's not actually the 11th Quiztacular. I don't remember what happened. I'll have to go back and look. But so the score, basically, we have our seats. We have Teddy with 2, right? Or Teddy with 1.
Might be 1.
Justin with 2. Matt with 5 wins now. And then the guest seat, which has 0. So maybe you can break that.
For now.
What we do is basically for Quiztacular, we split it up where we have questions all over the map from, old school retro consoles, retro gaming, all the way up to, the latest trends and all that cool stuff. So we kind of mix it up. And keeping with the Gen Gap tradition, some stuff might be skewed more toward Matt's generation, where he would recognize different things more than Teddy or I might, even though we keep up with everything. But, then there's some stuff that guys your age the old guys.
Hey,
You're old. Your age. So.
I know.
You're fucking 40, bro.
I'll be dead soon.
Yep.
Man.
Some things you guys might know
It's a
that
cold, dark reality that I feel every morning as I wake from my cold, desperate bed and view out the dark world. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I think you need more alcohol.
I didn't mean to bring it down.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want you to be depressed right now.
We just went down a whole notch.
Yeah.
So, a little more. So yeah, then we'll do
Yeah.
Quiztacular at the end of the night, and then maybe somebody else will win tonight.
Yeah.
Other than Matt,
Maybe.
but we'll see, and maybe the guest chair will get one tonight.
You even won when we tried to rig it last week.
Not
You
even
tried to rig it.
Yeah.
It was literally
What a
rigged against
win.
Wait, what's the game? What's the game? Because I will fucking own you.
We've rigged the election.
I will fucking own your bitch asses.
So we'll see about that. First, we're going to talk about some news. We're going to talk about what everybody's been doing, and we're going to talk about Doom tonight. We're going to talk about Overwatch tonight. We're going to talk about Sonic Mania because that came out this week.
Doom?
The new Doom. There was a reboot of Doom.
It's
Did you miss that? Did
Yeah.
you miss that, bro?
What's that?
It was kind of a big deal in 2016. I know it was a long time ago.
Big
So I
deal
got the
It's a big deal in 1999.
1991.
One, yeah.
So we have cats on the podcast now. So what we want to do is we have 2 giveaways that we would like to do thanks to these 2 guys right here. By the end of the podcast, after Quiztacular tonight, here, come back this way a little bit, bud, so we can see you. We like to see your beautiful face. Matt, how did you get it? You got 2 versions of Sonic Mania, correct?
Well, I have one version of Sonic Mania to give away.
Yeah, but you got 2 versions.
Yeah,
okay.
I bought
So
Sonic
you want to
Mania
give away a copy, a digital copy of Sonic Mania on
Nintendo Switch.
On Nintendo Switch. So if you're lucky enough to have a Nintendo Switch, at the end of the podcast, we're going to give away a copy of Nintendo Switch. And how many tickets?
2. Give
2
away
tickets.
2 free tickets to PlattsNerd.
To
If you'd like
PlattsNerd.
to.
Yeah, to PlattsNerd at the end. It's October 28th.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to give away 2 free tickets. So we're going to ask 2 Quiztacular questions for the Leftover Pants community at the end of the podcast. Comment on the Facebook page, on the Facebook post that we post this video on. First person to answer each question specifically will get the copy of Sonic Mania. Thanks to Matt. And thanks to Kevin, 2 tickets to PlattsNerd
Thank you, Kevin.
on October 28th. Yeah, thank you guys very much.
Thank you,
You
Matt.
guys right?
Definitely.
No problem.
So, before we begin, what has everybody been playing this week? We kind of already gave away Sonic Mania. Teddy, let's start with you. Have you been playing Pokemon Go this week?
Unfortunately, just a little bit. Not as much as I would like to because I've been so
Really?
busy with life. Yeah.
But you're really still playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah. Well, I don't really actively play it. I just wake up and make sure I keep the streaks intact.
Mhm.
You know, the catch streak and the spin streak. But I picked up Sonic Mania on Tuesday
On.
on the Switch.
Did you open your Switch?
It's a negative.
Son of a bitch.
It was very tempting to this week to open the Switch, though. But life got in the way and so did work. So I have yet to open it. But I almost did.
Oh,
Almost.
wait. Sorry, I know I'm a guest here. And I'm trying to be respectful, but I thought Pokemon Go ended the second the snow started falling in this town. Because, I saw everyone going out and doing Pokemon Go.
Mhm.
And then
That's right.
snow hit and people were like, oh yeah, fuck that. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it was tough.
That was the weather in Plattsburgh, literally in this town.
My
Put
fingers were
put a
freezing.
stop.
Raiding gyms
Yeah.
in the winter.
But it's
No gloves.
It did die for a little while. And
Is it
the
still
user base
going
went way
hard?
down.
Is it still going hard the way it was?
It's back, but not all the casuals, the filthy casuals, are
Yeah.
playing like they were. It is really big again. They introduced Generation 2 of Pokemon from Gold and Silver.
Yep.
From basically 1998, I think it was.
Mhm.
They introduced a lot of those Pokemon now just this month, or last month. They
The
introduced
legendaries.
Legendaries from Gen 1, which are a big deal, and they introduced rating. So it's kind of a constantly evolving. It's a new style of game, too.
We're still
since
beta
it's-
testing.
It is. And I
We're
think
still beta
it's a
testers.
thing that's gonna stick. I think Pokemon Go, just from my outside opinion, like we're going to go like a new type of interaction with our cell phones that people don't realize the effect that will have on future gaming and future cell phone use for a long time to come. I think at some point people will get like, holy God, like this was revolutionary.
Yeah.
And they laughed at the time. Well, some people, but like, but it really is going to be a game-changing thing. The VR level of what that's done has been amazing.
And it's constantly evolving too, and I'm sure it's only a matter of time before somebody knocks it off and tries to do fucking Dark Souls VR or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but it absolutely,
Not VR, but
it absolutely will be that.
Dark Souls VR.
That is the future of like our interaction with cell phones is something along the level of Pokemon, but way bigger.
Yeah.
But way bigger and way more important, even than that was.
Yeah.
Like it's a technology that's game changing. Game changing.
Yeah, I mean, augmented reality. The technology's here now. I remember 10 years ago we played. Shit. What was that PlayStation 3 AR game that came with the camera? It was a card game, but if you placed the cards down, it would have augmented reality characters that popped up. That'll be a correction for next week, I guess. Speaking of corrections, we got a lot of corrections. But, well, we're going off on some tangents. But anyways,
sorry. I'll still chime you in.
Chime in whenever you want.
I find what you guys are talking about so fascinating because I think it relates to so many things.
Yeah.
The gamification of so many things. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You and I were talking before we started recording about how 10 years ago everybody thought consoles would be obsolete. Now
I think consoles will be the way people view media.
Well, I also remember when, like I was saying, I lived in California before, and 10 years ago, everybody thought that your console would be beamed to your TV through your cell phone in the future because mobile gaming was like going to be the thing, and now it's just not. Things like Pokemon Go are big, but like remember Facebook gaming too. Everybody thought Facebook games was going to be huge, and it died. I mean, Farmville was huge at the time, but
financially it was huge.
Yes, for a minute.
But that's all it takes to be a billionaire.
Yeah, that's true. They're retiring in the Hamptons at 22. But anyway,
but like it's true. I think there's a old school gaming view that guys like. I'm sorry. Not to...
No, that's all right.
Teddy and I, from those days, and also you at some level, we grew up on Atari and stuff like that. And I remember my dad coming down and saying, like, "Oh my God, look at those graphics on Pitfall Harry." I remember him saying that.
Going from screen to screen was a big fucking deal.
That was huge.
Yeah.
But the thing that's changed is not... It's a different thing. It's a different thing. It's a changeover from like passive media, which has always been the way we receive media, to a interconnected media where we comment on and we interact with and we view by not like the director's choice of what shot you'll see, but like what we see because we turn our head.
Yeah.
That is a forever change. The TV as an item, as a piece of furniture in the house, has not changed since it was invented. Other than small changes, minuscule changes, it's not actually changed. And it's going to radically change. And we're seeing just the bare beginning of that now. And trust me, hold on to your asses, because it's going to be a whole new world. And for whoever figures out how to manipulate that, as you guys are doing with like this interactive sort of show, the people who like interact with that new version of the media, it's going to be a whole new world. It's going to be a whole new world, and people don't see it yet. But you will live with it every day in your 70s for us, in your 50s for you, in your 40s for you. It will be a different world in how you interact with media.
Yeah.
From
Absolutely.
From now on, I'm going to make it a weekly tradition now. Whenever we jam somebody up about their age, whether it's ancient or ultra young, we're gonna put hashtag Jenga across the screen. Just real quick. It's just gonna hashtag Jenga. It'll be like what do they call it when they used to flash Coke Coca-Cola and popcorn
yeah.
up on the movie screen for just a second, and nobody would really know. What do they call that? All of a sudden, you'd be like,
marketing.
yeah, it's illegal now.
Yeah.
If you just put it up for
Subliminal
subliminal messaging, because they would see one frame of it and they'd be like, "Fuck, I want to get up and go get some popcorn and Coke," because even though they're $5 a piece, we're gonna do that. It's gonna be funny. But anyways, moving on. Matt, what did you play this week? Did you play Sonic Mania?
I did. I didn't play a lot of Sonic Mania.
Is it as good
Because
as they
I've been-
say?
It is really good, actually. It's really, really good.
I got a lot to say about it later.
I wouldn't say
yeah.
that it's better than Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but it's very good. The very dedicated individuals that made it did a very good job, and they emulated the older Sonic game style so well that it makes you almost kind of wish that they just take that mantle from now on. To be honest with you, I feel like Sega has an opportunity here to make 2 really solid Sonic franchises just from that.
Keep doing
team
2D,
alone.
but then also keep doing the 3D
Right.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd like to see them do that for a
they
while.
have a very particular circumstance that they can take advantage of, and though I'm not nearly as confident with Sonic Forces as I am with how Mania turned out, just as a heads up. It's
Well, Christian Whitehead has nothing to do with that. That's all Sega.
yeah, exactly.
I'm
So,
curious why. I mean, if you explain to a layman.
Sonic Forces.
Yeah.
When's the last time you played Sonic? Any of them?
The 1990s.
Man?
I mean, you can.
Okay. Because this is something I'm very passionate about. We grew up, well, all 3 of us grew up Nintendo guys, pretty much. But Sega, back in the early 90s when you played, Sega, Sonic 1, 2, and 3, and then Knuckles. Those 4 were really like
to be fair, I never actually owned it. I just befriended someone who did.
So did I, at the
Yeah.
time.
So I could
Well,
play Sega. I don't think I ever liked him as a human being. I just wanted to play Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, those were really good. And then after that, they went to
Like
the
Graziano, by the way, for watching this, I'm sorry. It was just about Sega. Sorry.
Well,
Internet shaming you like that right now, but like, no, literally.
it's done. You're
And
buried.
Gauntlet as well.
Oh my god.
Sorry, go on.
No, it's okay. The first 4 Sonic games were really good, and then they fell off the map. I like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, 1 in particular on the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
But after that, they really hit the shitter. In 2011, they kind of broke the curse, as some would say, and they made Sonic Generations, which was neat. But they pretty much put out 1 or 2 Sonic games every year, and very, very few of them were ever good. And anybody that made the Sonic games good, back in the early 90s and mid-90s, they've gone from Sega. And Sega doesn't make consoles anymore, so they pretty much rely on their own IP to make money and put the games out on multi-platform, and most of the Sonic games are just utter trash. So Sega kind of went through a identity crisis for a while, where they're like, okay, what are we going to do with Sonic? What's the future of Sonic? So now they've made a lot of them non-canon. They don't even resell a lot of them on Steam or on legacy consoles or whatever.
I think, just as like a little side note, Steam, if it had a 65 or above Metacritic score, they kept it.
Yeah, so they sell those, but the ones that had negative...
Wait, so they put them on Steam and then... So I'm a Steam user.
Yeah.
Like
a lot of them are still on there.
Yeah,
like-
quite a few of them are. It's just
I'm a Mac Steam user, so we're like the black sheep of the gaming world. I can basically only play Civ.
But yeah, long story short, there's this really famous modder on the internet named Christian Whitehead who made a lot of fan-made, unofficial Sonic games that were really good, better than the actual official Sonic games. So Sega is cooler than Nintendo in terms of interacting with their fans, and they hired Christian Whitehead himself, and they said, "Hey, here's the original assets," which he already knew, for the original 3 Sonic games. Why don't you make your own Sonic game? And he made Sonic Mania with Sega's input and money, and it turns out to be fucking really good.
Yeah.
But they're also making their own Sonic game this year called Sonic Forces, which doesn't look
And
that
that's
great.
being made by official Sonic team.
Yeah.
So
The official Sonic.
I gave out like 2 tickets this week to lovely mom and a kid who was like, I know all these sounds.
Was she hot?
What's that?
Was she hot?
I didn't check. But I mean, I don't know how to respond, but I'm going to, in my mind, assume so.
Okay.
But her kid got everything right in this like sound cue video I put out. where it's like, oh, recognize these sounds from video games. But one of them he put as the Sonic coin.
Yep.
Not the Sonic ring. I was like, oh,
Yeah, that's-
is that like? But
It's not a
like
coin.
another person, like the second place person, I also gave a ticket to. They had that right. It was a Sonic ring,
Yeah.
not a Sonic coin. But he didn't even have the Minecraft door opening. Like, so it was like, yeah, I know, like he's second place. But I was like, oh, but that's technically wrong. So it's a Sonic ring, not a Sonic coin. But it felt so petty to not give it to this ugly woman or kid
Right.
when like it's like regular. It's
Yeah.
you know, he got that it was Sonic. That I was like so impressed. It was apparently like a 10 or 15-year-old kid, I assume.
Yeah.
But like that was just so sad that like I actually had to feel like, wow, but a ring is not a coin.
People that grew up during that era know
I am
it's
that,
not a coin.
like if I'm giving out free tickets, I'm that anal. Like they're like, nah, I
Yeah.
don't know if that counts.
But one last thing, we're probably, well, just in case we don't talk about Sonic Mania again.
Mhm.
I was impressed. I just want to put this out there. We do have a lot to get to, but the level, I'm almost to the end of Sonic Mania. The level design in this Sonic game is so intricate and so well designed. Better than almost any Sonic game since probably the first 2 or 3. Even then, like Sega was never really that good. Like the Mario games always had good 2D side-scrolling level design, but this one, especially in the later levels, like there's so many areas where it's not just you run fast to the right really quickly until you get hit inevitably and lose all your rings. There's really good platforming in it. The controls are just a little bit tighter than the originals, so Sonic's not slippery. All those little things make it even a better, like it's a great game rather than just a good passable, 7.5 or something. Like I just thought that,
I'm actually
that was
curious.
really cool.
Like I have like a bunch of nerds right here.
Yep.
No offense.
Mhm.
I want to. What makes a great game?
Well, it depends. Oh, go ahead.
No, I like the question. I was gonna.
Like, what makes a great game for you guys? Because like, I think it's different for me. I play SimCiv sometimes till 7 in the morning, and I'm like, oh my god, what have I been doing?
Civilization, is that what you said? Okay.
SimCiv, and like I'll have to like step away and be like, no, I need to like step away from my computer.
Yeah.
Like I get like what for me is a great engaging game, and that's the same game I've been playing for now 7 years.
Yeah.
Different variations of
The
it,
sequels, yeah.
but like I'm still playing that same game, and it will get
I mean, it's
me
like-
in. It will pull me in.
It's like
in a way that's
Tetris.
just yeah.
A lot of people love
yes.
Tetris, but Tetris is Tetris. And I mean, it's really good. It makes the endorphins go in your brain. Good games are good to different people for different reasons and
But what are
different
your
genres.
reasons? What are your guys' reasons? I'm curious.
I'm talking a lot. You guys go.
What's that?
What's your guys' reasons for what makes a good game?
Like, what's your favorite game?
So I
That's
don't
why you
think
like
I understand the baseline of what you guys think is a valid game or not.
Well, I guess to me, what would make a better game or a good game, in my personal opinion, is a sense of progression.
That's actually it's really
A sense of progression, attention to detail, and context.
I thought the
Probably
people who made it really
Yeah.
thought about
Well,
detail.
it's things such as like whether, like let's say, in Castlevania Lords of Shadow, they don't say that they're werewolves. They say they're lichens. That's
a little detail.
lichen is
Yeah.
more of a mythical creature from a particular part of the world, and that's what they called it.
it doesn't
so-
take you out of the experience.
Right.
Because you're engulfed. You're very much seeped in that experience, and it doesn't take you out of the experience.
Right, exactly. So in Castlevania, if they called them werewolves, it would not fit right. It wouldn't take you out of it necessarily, but it's that
No,
little
but like
attention to
there's
detail.
a thing there. It's the
Yeah,
I get
there's
that,
an attention to detail
It's kind of like
because there's a lot of similarities between the two, but it's the real attention to that detail.
It's like if you're a big comic book nerd or something, or like I'm a big horror film nerd.
There's
when
a lot
they-
of crossover.
Yeah,
There is.
there is. But like we were talking about Alien recently.
Mhm.
Remember I said there's something in Predator 2 that the newer Alien movies contradict. And when there's contradictions in the canon of specific movie franchises or like comic books or something, nerds like myself are like, no. Like, there's that little 2-second detail in the background in frame so-and-so of Predator 2 where, you know, this renders that non-canon or something where it takes you out of the experience, you know? So yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from, man.
Yeah, I get that. That's a great.
And then
yeah.
the context would be more of like, I guess when the game is coming out, what it's necessarily targeting or harkening back to. So, for instance, Sonic Mania is a great example of it. The context is these fans were making this game for a long time. Sega wasn't doing a great job themselves, and these fans essentially bring it back into the limelight, and that's a good context for me to pick it up in the first place. So that's a good selling point, so that's a good way to start it off, necessarily. And then all that attention to detail really builds out my confidence in the game, and then from there on, I mean, it's pretty subjective, I mean, whether or not you think a game is good or not, to be honest with you. But it's
different to everybody.
Yeah, it's different for everybody.
The thing is, like, what's the starting point for like where? That was my real question. And
Yeah.
that was an amazingly good answer. No, I'm just saying that's like I was like wondering, like, well, what makes the judgment of if the game is good or bad?
Yeah.
Because like I have my own personal likes and dislikes in certain games, but I don't.
Well, what makes
know.
Civilization so great for somebody that doesn't play it often?
Yeah.
I can go back to it and lose an entire night. It's not like a good thing by any means. But I literally can get so wrapped up in whether or not that goddamn German army is gonna like take over a city. Like I literally get so wrapped up personally, like that. Like the next day, I'm muttering and cursing to myself about the thing that happened virtually the night before. Like that's the thing. Like it actually affects me in such a way. The same way I would say, like with a film or a TV show, if it affects me personally, that I actually have an emotional reaction, that's that's a good game.
Yeah.
You know, like if I actually have some sort of personal emotional reaction, that's it.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good examples of that. I play a lot of Civilization, and I definitely know what you mean.
Yeah.
I've
hated the shit out of so many different empires, and like then I'll play it, like restart it, and like it's a different empire. I'm like, oh, they suck now. Then I don't care. But like at that moment, it's like, like frustrating at a level that's fantastically wonderful.
Right.
It's wonderful.
Before we end this segment, Teddy, do you have anything to add?
To me, a great game is anything that draws me in. I'm always interested in a great single-player campaign. If you have a good story and you execute how you tell that story, it's good enough for me. I'll play it.
You know what? I have to say, this is your Buddha. The last 2 episodes I saw, like you cut to him at the end and you go, Teddy, and he says, this is the thing. That's this wise sage thing. God damn, he's right. But like it literally is like this, like wise Buddhist. Like you literally have this.
He's the calming older man of the group. The calming influence.
I am old.
We have some corrections and a kitty cat, if you can hear her, from the last episode. Then we're gonna end with a little something for corrections for the segment. We'll get there. Okay, corrections. Are we ready?
Do it.
Okay. Teddy, you okay?
Yeah.
You okay, bud?
Tell me where we messed up.
Okay. The Metroid Special Edition
Uh-oh.
of the console. What we had some discussion about. Remember you
Maybe the
pre-ordered the
handheld.
3DS, yes.
Oh, okay.
Handheld
Sorry.
console. Whatever.
Yeah.
The Metroid Special Edition 3DS is a 3DS XL. It's not a 2DS, and it's not a Game Boy. The final price has not been announced yet.
Is it a new 3DS XL or a 3DS XL?
Good question.
It's probably a new 3DS XL. I couldn't imagine them making just a regular 3DS
Good question. You're right. But it's not a 2DS. We
Correction for
thought it was a
correction.
2DS XL or the clamshell
Hold on,
2DS.
so-
It's not. It's a 3DS of some sort.
Bottom line is, there has been no final price announced.
Yeah, not that I could find. Speaking of not
Interesting.
finding anything, remember I talked last week about Sonic Forces, and I said the new. Now I haven't been getting a lot of sleep. Okay, the new Sonic Forces that's coming out. We said, okay, it's not a sequel to Generations, but it is the follow-up, and you have 1991 Sonic meets 2017 Sonic. And I said the
supposed
new-
to be brothers.
Yeah, I said they were siblings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true. Usually I'm very accurate. I can't find any article anywhere
That
that
backs
references
it up.
that. So I don't know if I had like a super lucid dream about it. I'm really confused because
Yeah,
I was Googling.
he was pretty adamant about that,
Yes.
right?
And
Like,
I had all these
brothers,
details.
siblings, what?
I was fucking spellbound the other night because I was Googling everything for like 20 minutes trying to find anything on it. And all I could find about Sonic's sibling was Sister Sonic, who's now a non-canon comic book character, who also made a quick, I think she's pink, I don't remember, but she made a quick appearance in one of the cartoons as well. I think like Sonic Underground or something. Whatever. Can't find anything about Sonic Forces, but it is a reboot of the Sonic continuity. Don't know if they're siblings or not. Whatever. So I just wanted to put that out there in case you thought that was weird and couldn't find anything about it online. Street
Yeah.
Fighter Cross
People
Tekken.
fact checking you on that. They're like, what's
Yeah.
he talking about?
Nobody cares about Sonic. Well, now they do, but
I don't think they're
uh,
it's relevant again.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken is called Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I called it Street Fighter Cross Capcom for some reason. It's Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I gotta make sure that everything's accurate here.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why we have this segment.
So, I mentioned last week that they're doing a live-action Mega Man movie, and they are, which is sad. I said, oh, there's some famous director.
They're really good in that.
It's greenlit. It's not like an official project yet. They haven't started filming or anything. But it gets worse. Guess who's directing it? Remember we had a discussion like who's directing it? Somebody famous.
Michael Bay.
Worse.
No.
Steven
It's
Spielberg.
Henry Joost and Ariel Schulman. Do you guys recognize those names?
Showman sound. The Showman name
Yeah,
sounds
Shulman
familiar.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, they make Catfish on MTV.
Oh wow,
Yeah, they're directing the Mega Man movie, so should be great.
nice. That's really awesome.
Speaking of Mega Man, the new Mega Man TV show is going to air on Cartoon Network in 2018, but it's based on the original 6 NES games, even though the art style is different.
Super weird. Fun fact.
Fun factoid.
Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Yep.
Was actually president and CEO of MTV for a little
Yes,
while.
he was.
Yeah.
And I think he worked at Nike at some point as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd throw it out there. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. We talked about the game I Want to Be the Guy when we were referencing really hard platforming games like Super Meat Boy. It is called I Want to Be the Guy, not I Want to Be the Hero. Walt Disney Comics is the longest running comic book series to never be renumbered or rebooted. I said it was Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog was number 2. Walt Disney Comics is still ongoing for those that read it. Sega's explanation of Sonic Mania's PC delay, this is more of a clarification. If you believe what they said it was required further optimization, and they gave everybody a free copy of Sonic 1 on Steam if you didn't have one.
Hooray.
Jeff Kaplan he's both the community manager and the current director of Overwatch. The original director, though, was Metzen.
Yeah, Chris Metzen.
Yep. The official Tekken Twitter handle said, just to clarify the Overwatch versus Tekken thing, they said, "We see what you did there, Overwatch. Everyone knows Jack was the original Doomfist." And then it showed a picture of Jack and Doomfist, which I showed on that episode. That legendary costume is the one I want. That skin is the one I want. But they are very, very, very close to each other. Doom launched in May 2016. The first DLC pack released in July 2016, and the third and final DLC launched in December. That's 6 months of content.
Cool.
Yeah. Notch's real name is
You have a lot of corrections.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Like, seriously,
Yes.
the corrections are taking longer than the actual first saying things.
Final one. Notch's real name is Marcus Pearson, not Presson or Pearson.
Yeah.
It's Person. Persson.
Good for you for, like, sticking to, like, the truth. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have any fake
Truth
news
is out there.
here on
No fake
Leftover
news
Pants.
at all. That's impressive.
So hey, we have some new releases this week. Let's go over the bullet points. This week and last week, I don't have the exact dates. The Escapist 2 comes to Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Chroma Gun comes to PS4. I don't fucking know what that is. Mages.
It's the sequel to Resogun, I think.
No,
No?
no, because I would be all over that shit.
I thought it was the sequel to Resogun.
We'll check it out. Because you're
Sorry,
right.
an update.
I would be-
It's going to be correct next week, I think.
We have that a lot.
There we go.
Mages of Mystralia on PS4. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy comes out this week
It's a
on
big one.
PS4. That's a
I'm
big
on
one.
that.
And White Day: A Labyrinth Named School to PS4 and PC.
Quick correction. Madden
Already?
Goat, Madden Goat Edition.
Yeah, I meant to put that in here. I
Yeah,
forgot.
it's coming out on 22nd.
What?
That's gonna be
Wow.
big every August.
It's
too.
that time of year
And
already.
it's that time of year. It's starting to get cold.
Jeez.
It's Madden season.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
And there were 2 game announcements this week, even though Gamescom is tonight and tomorrow. So we might be missing some as we speak. Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, is officially coming west. We knew it was coming eventually, but it's coming in March 2018 to PS4. And Biomutant from THQ Nordic leaked. There was a... did you see that?
No.
Oh, it kind of looks cool. It's an open-world, third-person kung fu game where you play as a really weird... I think it's a cat or something. I'll put the poster up on the screen. Poster leaked. It's a German poster, I think. Spring 2018. It's described as an open-world action game. Looks kind of cool. Biomutant.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought you saw it, so I thought we'd be
No,
able to talk
I-
about
I
it.
haven't
Arc?
seen it.
Like Arc or like more like
It's fairly
Minecraft?
hyper realistic. No, it's not cartoony. I mean, it's goofy because he plays a cat or some shit. But yeah. So does anybody have anything to add before I go to the
Yes.
news?
I do.
What's up?
Jurassic World.
Yes, they announced that. Yeah,
A Jurassic World game. It's kind of in the vein
What?
of Roller Coaster Tycoon and Zoo Tycoon.
Oh,
except
that kind of.
with Jurassic
Okay.
World
Okay.
aesthetic.
Okay.
What's it called again, though? It's
Jurassic World Evolution or something like
Something
that,
like
I
that.
think.
It's a simulator.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I was scrolling
Wow.
by it in the Gamescom feed thing, and
Yep.
it just was there.
is that on
Interesting.
consoles or just PC?
I think it's coming to Xbox One X and
What?
Weird.
PC, I believe. I think it's an exclusive thing that they have going on.
Wait,
They also announced.
pre-order Xbox One X?
Yep, you can pre-order Xbox One X now
I did.
at GameStop.
One of us has done that.
I was there. I put $300 on it. Super excited, even though there's only one launch title, which we'll get to in a minute.
Which is not Crackdown.
I
Crack-
might pre-order it.
Are you gonna open it?
I mean,
Well, think of it.
It would
Think
be
of
a
it like this: it would help me save money because I wouldn't have to buy any games for it.
There's
there's
no
no
game for
game.
it anyway.
There's no games anyway.
There
There
is
you go.
Super Lucky's Tale, which I'll get. It's only $30, and I like.
You're
that
gonna
one.
buy a One X for this $30
Or you
game.
can
Is
pick it
that
up.
just saying?
Or you can pick it up on your PC because anything that's exclusive to Xbox comes to
Oh,
PC
that's
now.
right.
Anyway.
That's true. My PC is fairly beefy, but I think the One X might be graphically a little bit more of a beast than my rig, unfortunately. But it'll still be cool. I'm gonna grab it. I got the. Well, let's get to the news. That's one of the main things on the news. The bad news is Crackdown 3 get delayed till spring, and that's the one I wanted because I love that franchise.
Microsoft gave up, huh?
Yeah,
It's weird. We talked about that a couple episodes. I don't know if they're gonna keep making consoles or if this is gonna be the last Xbox. Regardless, the pre-orders went live. The Project Scorpio edition is kind of like the day one edition of the Xbox One that they did in 2013. It's the paint job and it has like a matte finish. It's a little bit different. It's kind of meant to evoke the feeling of the original Xbox when it launched.
Yeah.
It's green, a little bit green, black with green trim. Looks kind of cool. I'm excited because it's in 4K, got a 4K TV. It's going to be nice. But there's no games coming to it. But they are retroactively giving Xbox One X patches to well over 100 games that are on Xbox One. Like Halo 5 is going to get a 4K.
That's smart.
I mean, when you see 4K textures, it's a big fucking deal. So things like Forza are going to look amazing.
Yeah.
But there are no titles that launch with it other than Super Lucky's Tale, which is weird, man. It's
Yeah.
just weird.
I feel like Microsoft is in this constant state of having to backpedal on their previous success right now. They're not, and the weirdest part is Microsoft is the youngest as far as
Yeah.
this whole console race thing goes.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you believe in console race, like who's gonna be better first, whatever. But they've been around the least amount of time, and they're already having to backpedal onto what they were doing previously, which is really not great.
Well, if you look historically, for every console race ever, if memory serves, the most not the most underpowered, but the most overpowered console never won. Like the NES beat the Genesis. The SNES was technically more powerful than the Genesis, but then like the PlayStation beat the Saturn and the N64. The PS2 beat the GameCube and
But
the
the
Xbox.
PlayStation was the PlayStation better than the Saturn?
Saturn was.
I know it had the
They're
RAM
technically
expansion.
different. Yeah, they're technically different architecture, but the Saturn was actually pretty powerful.
The Saturn had that weird dual processor thing, and it was hard to program for, if I remember right.
Yes. So they lost a lot of the third-party support, which
Except
is
for
why they
Punk.
had to rush the Dreamcast into development. But
And then the flop of $9,999.
well, that was huge at the time. That was
Well,
one of the best days of my fucking life.
It was great, but it was a
Wait,
giant,
wait.
like, made a big splash, and then...
I'm sorry, but like you guys are talking about like systems that didn't work back in the past.
It's a different world now.
It's a different world now.
But
And no, not the same but that you're about to have.
okay,
I legitimately think interactive, internet, social media, like all of that is going to coalesce into the new world of gaming. And I just don't, it's like I've seen it happening in every single version of like everything. And no one seems to get it. No one seems to see it. Like it's going to happen. It's going to be an interactive future media with people who are using fucking Oculus glasses and interactive with it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
the problem
Who's going to like get on that and then
The-
ride it until like it actually works and figure out a way to make it interactive in a way that's, you know,
well, Sony and Microsoft both have different problems. Microsoft's problem is that they don't have any third-party support. Even though they're beefing up the power of the console, they don't have any third-party support, and now it doesn't have VR support. So if it's a platform issue, they're trying to beef it up and say, hey, the developers will come and make games later.
But you're talking about like slight changes to platforms. I'm talking about a massive change in the way people interpret media.
I know, but in terms of the console race, this is kind of like a half step. It's not a brand new console. But every time the deck shuffles when there's new consoles coming out, but this isn't technically a new console generation, so they're still stuck in the same ecosystem.
I work in TV. It sounds to me like you're saying like we're gonna have a curved screen, and I'm like,
That's
okay.
that's exactly what it is.
So that's
Oh,
This
that's
is
a
the
very
curved
good
screen.
analogy.
so like then
That's
I'll
pretty
still
good.
see the same TV.
Makes
I
sense.
won't interact with it differently.
Right.
Like I'm saying, like there's a massive change coming that's already been underway for a long time. It's been because of gamers. It's been gamers have led the way in terms of the kind of new media that old media hasn't woken up to yet. And I pray that old media gets on that page soon. But like you guys are talking about old platform systems in a way that like people talk about fucking buggy whips. Like it's
What's a buggy whip?
exactly. But like the thing is, but
Jen,
it's actually
yeah.
it's more to blame. I say on like I work in TV. Like I work in TV. Like it's more to blame on our side that we're not getting ready for this change. Gaming people have already been on board for this for a long time. They'll make the change easily, but the average TV viewer will not get the change as easily. You guys are way ahead of the curve. Like
That's true.
but like
This-
but at the same time, like what gaming platform was good in the 90s? Like
Quite a few.
there's a massive change underway in terms of how people will see media.
This is true, but go ahead.
Well, I was
It's
just
gonna
gonna
be
say
tectonic.
that
Tectonic.
if the basis for this big change is what you're saying, like VR goggles and stuff like that.
No, I think that's one small part
One
of the technology
piece of it.
aspect of it. I think it's the interactivity. That people now like feel that they need to be a part of the media they interact with rather than a passive viewer.
Yeah.
And that's been since since TV was created, depending on who you ask, in America in the 20s or 30s. Like this has been a change. This has been a change in our society that we now are active participants through Twitter and stuff like that. But the melding of that plus the melding of technology, it's what gamers like you who actually live almost like second lives, not to mock the very failed experiment that was well intentioned but like didn't work. Like Second Life didn't. That's probably too young for you.
No, I know what Second
But
Life
like it didn't work because it was too soon.
I think it's still around, actually.
No, it's probably still around.
There are some people that
Yeah,
are very
but, like,
rich
still
because of
hardcore.
Second Life, actually.
Well, yes, they got out hopefully before the idea that there's a real estate boom and bust.
In Second Life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And
the
it's
thing is,
like
like,
as well.
I'm laughing right now, but I shouldn't be because
That's
Bitcoin.
crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
No, there's actually you can destabilize a government.
And now there's 2 types of Bitcoin. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
I did not know.
There's
that.
Ethereum.
Yeah. There's what?
It's Ethereum.
That's what it's called?
That's
what
They
it's
split
called.
Bitcoin into.
There's Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's not.
But my point is,
It has a different structure than Bitcoin. But
someday when your show is awesome, or
it is awesome.
I want you to give an apology for the fact that you guys didn't see this yet. You're going to see a change where gamers will take over modern media.
That would be wonderful, and I'd be okay with that.
No, like I would be too.
I think
Well,
we
like-
should decide wars through, like, Halo matches. Okay?
I'd be in.
And it can't be StarCraft because then it would be
Yeah,
unfair.
that'd be unfair. Maybe we need to make a new game.
South
Donald
Korea
Trump
would win
needs to
every
get on the
time.
fucking phone with, like,
Make a new
Valve. And he's going to be like, you're going to make a new fucking game, and it's going to be the best. It's just going to be the best, believe me. And we're going to decide wars through this new fucking shooter, and it's going to be a 8-on-8. Fucking, okay, anyway.
But I'm
So
saying,
we have-
But you're gonna like one day see this. Like it's just we're on the precipice. But it will be the gamers that will actually see this come to fruition, and you guys will have been way ahead of the curve. But like
We do hope to grow.
TV will be more interactive than we ever thought of it. That's the change.
Yeah.
That's the change that will define the next century.
Okay.
No, that's alright.
Do you guys remember when 1 vs. 100 was big on Xbox Live, and it was actually a live 1v100 video game show, That do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
No.
It only ran for like a couple weeks during the summer, and it was really big. And it was a live. It was just like the 1v100 TV show, but it was actually 101 players, and they had a live announcer who was the game show host doing it. And there were achievements associated with it on Xbox Live, and I had some. But if you won, you could actually win Microsoft points back when they had Microsoft points to buy games there, and it was really cool. It was, at the time, I thought it was going to be like something big that changed the way we played online. But anyway.
Legitimately, that's the future of media. Hear me now, or later. I guarantee you that's the future of. There'll be a melding of this and general media.
Right.
But I'm so tired of trying to explain to people younger than me that this is the new media, that this is the new world. Like this is like Twitch and stuff like that. You're gonna have in 10 years people who grow up watching Twitch. They won't have a concept of saying, for example, oh, it's 8 o'clock, Jeopardy's on. Or 7:30 actually. Technically.
Yeah.
7:30 Jeopardy's on. I gotta go sit down and watch that. No, that
Is
won't
that past your
exist.
bedtime?
Very much so.
Jenga.
All right.
Okay.
So wait, no. Like,
Okay.
wait, no.
Oh,
All right. I'm talking about media as a thing that's consumed, right?
Mm-hmm.
The same way you guys buy game consoles.
Mm-hmm.
How long is a song?
How long is a song?
Yes.
Depends on the song, but
No, it doesn't.
2.5 to 5 minutes.
How long is a song?
Couple minutes. Couple.
4 minutes.
Do you know why?
That's
Because
how
that's what we're used to.
No. It's because that's how much media you can record on a vinyl record when 35s were released. So every musician said, well, shit, I need to cut down my song to 3.5 minutes or 2 minutes to fit it on one side of the first release of a vinyl record. Songs never had an end point before that because they were played in the accompaniment of a party or a thing. They were an organic experience, but they said, oh shit, I want this on the radio thing that just happened. And so then they changed how long the song was meant to be. Fucking Pitfall Harry is what it is because that was the media you could consume and sell. And now games are a certain media that you consume and sell. And all the things you guys talk about, I love them too. But they are consumable media that are now not limited to the fact of a disc or a card or a cartridge or anything like that. And so now it's limitless. And then you include the idea of you could talk to anyone in the world in any language, in anything, and be anyone you want to be. That's a whole new world. That's a changing media that did not exist because music always has been limitless. And music, since the inception of the record, has been limited by the fact that it was sellable media. And so I'm saying that, like, finally, gaming is at a point where it will be way bigger than it ever has been. Because it will be the way people consume media mostly. It's not here yet. And I use the word gaming literally. But, like, it's going to be a different world. Sorry. That was
Okay.
No,
that
that's
was
all right.
definitely a rant,
No,
but
That's okay.
but it was a very true rant, and
I agree.
I don't think any people I ever talk to get it.
We do have to move on to the news, though, because I'm excited about
Please
Quiztacular
don't
and our
include
giveaway.
that because that was a crazy rant.
That's okay. We'll
it was
keep it
very
in.
true. It was
Fine.
very true, but it was a crazy rant.
That's okay.
And I'm right, and I'll be validated by possibly hologram projected grandchildren who are like, I'm happy to visit you, Grandpa. Like,
I hear you. Okay, so couple news items this week.
you can just start over from scratch.
No, that's
Pretend
okay.
it didn't happen.
So we mentioned Crackdown, officially delayed.
Mhm.
Xbox One Project Scorpio Edition. The pre-orders are live now. Your local GameStop. By the time you see this, they'll probably be sold out. They went live 5 o'clock. Well, they went live 5 o'clock.
Are they sold out, Justin, Chris, Patrick?
Well, I know that the mall one had 9 left as of 6 o'clock when they closed, and the other one had 10 left.
Oh, so you didn't know that they had to open an extra hour today to allow pre-orders to go through still.
I did know that. I forgot, but I went to the one near Walmart because my boy Nick hooked me up. Hey, okay. He doesn't watch our podcast, but hopefully he will. Couple news items. Quake Champions, which I played the closed beta for. Not a big fan. It's very much like Quake, but with an Overwatch hint to it. They're kind of making it, which I think is cool now. Because remember we said they added BJ Blazkowicz from Wolfenstein?
Yeah.
Well, okay. First of all, they're adding the Doomslayer from the new Doom games,
Mm-hmm.
which is fucking awesome. That makes me want to play it
I
again.
like the idea of new games. That's awesome.
Yep. And it's entering, apparently, it's new. I have a typo here, but they're calling it like their new beta period or whatever on Steam. The Steam Early Access is basically what they're doing. Where'd you go? You're not in front.
I'm here.
Okay. So yeah, Quake Champions, it's going to be free to play, but for $30 you can unlock any champion, all champions that are available and will ever be available for $30. I want the Doomslayer, and that's all I need. I'm not going to pay $30 for Quake Champions. Hey, PlayStation Experience returns again for the third annual. I think it's the third annual this year, December 9th and 10th. So Sony already said specifically that they left a lot of announcements out of their E3 press conference because PlayStation experience is actually bigger for them than E3 now, since they're in the lead. Gamescom 2017 begins today. Not a lot of big news yet, other than Xbox and their lack of announcements. Injustice 2's Fighter Pack 2 will be revealed at Gamescom. Fighter Pack 1 had Sub-Zero, Starfire, and somebody else in it. 3 more fighters are coming in Fighter Pack 2. One of them will be Black Manta. Yep. Let's see. PUBG, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, is abandoning their weekly and monthly patch schedule, which I think is good because they're citing quality concerns. They would just force a lot of patches through that would kind of destabilize the game for a lot of different reasons. So they're not doing that anymore. They're just going to put out patches whenever they feel appropriate.
That's a really good choice, seeing as though they have 7 million plus people that play.
Yeah, they kind of need to figure their shit out.
Yep.
There will be a new Overwatch map and a new Overwatch animated short debuting at Gamescom.
Nice.
No surprise.
Maybe it'll be a hint at new character.
The NPD charts, which I forgot, but Splatoon 2 was the #1 best-selling game of July, and it came out July,
the
end of the month, right?
Yeah, July 19th.
So I had 2 weeks in July. It was still the best-selling game in the country. Switch was also the best-selling console of July because now they're actually getting some in stock.
Switch,
Nintendo Switch.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
I thought it was sold out.
They constantly sell out whenever they get stock, but now they're actually making.
They're catching up.
I was just wondering how you could be the number one selling thing if you're perennially
Well, they got a big
Yeah.
shipment to Target and GameStop stores this week.
Cool.
Bungie announces, and this is going to suck for a lot of Destiny players like myself. Well, I don't know if it sucks, but they've announced that patrols and strikes, which are a part of everyday Destiny life, will not unlock until the final third of Destiny 2's campaign has been reached. So for the first 60 or so % of the game, you're not going to be able to do daily patrols or the strikes, which are 1 notch below raids. Come this way a little bit, then.
That's interesting.
Sonic Forces, which we mentioned earlier, will not feature Chow characters. Do you remember the Chows?
I spent
Chows
way
aren't
too
really-
much time with Chows.
Training your Chows.
Yep.
They were cute. I like them. We have a cat.
I did not expect that to happen. I saw Papa was whoa.
Poogie.
Okay.
Thrones, so you're good.
Here we go. We'll continue now. We fixed our first technical difficulty of the night. Mass Effect Andromeda, which was a huge failure for EA. They've announced there's no more single-player patches, and there's going to be 0 DLC for the game.
Wow, nice.
Was there a season pass?
I thought there was.
I'm
We talked
pretty
about
sure
that
there
once.
was too.
Refunds for everyone.
Wow.
Friday the 13th game, which I like very much, which we talked about a couple episodes. It's getting a physical release in October on Friday the 13th, but the single-player campaign has been pushed back to an unspecified time. So it will remain 7v1 for a while. It is getting new content, though. We all saw the protest and the murders in Charlottesville last week, which is awful. Discord, which has had a history of kind of turning its head, turning its chin away from neo-Nazis and white supremacists having private chat groups on the service, because they're all private groups. They took a stance. They deleted all of their rooms and Discord. It's like a gaming chat client that you can basically use as an overlay for any game.
Didn't know.
But Discord officially shut down neo-Nazis on the platform, and they put out a statement that read, quote, "We unequivocally condemn white supremacy, neo-Nazism, or any other group, term, ideology that is based on these beliefs. They are not welcome on Discord. While we don't raid people's private servers, our terms of service explicitly forbid harassment, threatening messages, or calls to violence. the public server link to altright.com that violated those terms
Seems fair.
was shut down along with several other public groups and accounts fostering bad actors on Discord. We will continue to be aggressive to ensure that Discord exists for the community we set out to support, our gamers. So I thought that was cool. I support Discord, and that's a good thing to do recently, considering everything that's going on. And finally, Blizzard has unkilled Battle.net. Did you know this?
No, I did not.
It's back to being Battle.net. Basically, people were pissed that they just wanted to call it the Blizzard app, and their service was just going to be called Blizzard. I think that was an Activision decision. Basically, it's back to being Battle.net, and they put out a statement that read, "We understood that Battle.net stood for something special. It represents years of shared history and enjoyment, community and friendship for all of us and our players. The technology was never going away, but after giving the branding change further consideration and also hearing your feedback," that's the important part, "we're in agreement that the name should stay as well." So now that Destiny 2 has a home on Battle.net, they've renamed it Battle.net. That explains why they referenced it as Battle.net on the Destiny 2 game reveal or whatever it is.
Yep.
It's Battle.net. 2 more things. You good? Okay.
Like years of shared history, what, 10?
Battle.net?
Battle.net.
Like the previous thing you read was fascinating. Like wow, that's great for them to stand up for a cultural thing, but like how many years of shared history have?
Well, that's like
again,
98 when StarCraft came out.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
It
been
was one of the earliest
Then
internet.
actually, I'll admit.
So it's like 20
Then I'll
years.
admit I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'll admit openly and fully
And
I'm wrong. But I was just like, wait, there's a video game company that's like our years of shit. No, well, like then I'll fully admit, like I did not know.
Well,
there
Battle.net was very much.
because actually I played the shit out of StarCraft.
Hmm.
I did not know it was that like. No, I will fully admit right now, right here, 100%, I was wrong.
Battle.net
And I
was
do
very
not
much like
support-
one of the original platforms, social media
I did know
platforms,
that.
basically.
I did.
You know, like
I just
Facebook and
played.
such.
I didn't.
I think Battle.net, if I remember right, I could be just totally wrong and just super tired, but I think it spurred off of like a
Already super
like a
tired.
website that Blizzard put up, and they were calling
Yes.
it Battle.net
Your
so people
girlfriend
could
would keep
find
shouting
matches.
at us for being too loud, so like I can understand why you're.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
where.
like and actually at a certain level, I have to point out like, and how has no one admitted this? No, like we're now like trying to be quiet because his beautiful girlfriend. He actually has a girlfriend. Is that? I know, right?
7
Does
years
that
ago.
disqualify for being on this team? Like, I'm not part of it, obviously, because I've had many girlfriends once. But, like, but no, you guys,
We're super nerdy.
Yeah.
Right. One more thing.
we have to, like, be quiet.
2 more things. We'll get through the news and then we're going to do Quiztacular. Okay. Okay.
I kind of feel like,
And I feel like Teddy is having a conversation without us here. Just saying.
Teddy's always
I don't
had
know
a
what's giving me that.
No,
It's giving me
Teddy's
that.
always had a conversation with us.
Okay.
That's why he's so wise.
2 things left. Anybody use Snapchat?
Yeah.
I have to for my job.
There's a Pikachu filter now, so you're good.
What?
Yeah, there's a Pikachu filter. So you can be kind of like a furry, like with Pikachu stuff.
Yay.
There's going to be a Snapchat filter for our event. We have that created
PlattsNerd?
for.
Really?
Well, PlattsNerd is going to be a PlattsNerd filter. There's already one on Facebook. If you like search PlattsNerd on Facebook, you can change. I don't know why I would, but
Mhm.
you could technically, theoretically. I'm going to have to, obviously, because I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. One last thing. Sonic Mania, which we mentioned, officially has an 85 Metacritic score last time I checked. That's the highest in franchise history since Sonic Colors for the Wii launched, which had a 78 in 2010. The last Sonic game to review better than Sonic Mania was 2002 Sonic Advance on GBA. So,
Which
It's
is
a big
also a
deal.
really good Sonic game.
yes, the Advance trilogy was highly underrated.
Yeah.
Sonic Rush was also pretty good too.
Yep, there were 2 of those.
Yep.
Sonic Chronicles was good, but that's not a traditional
I didn't-
Sonic game.
I wasn't big on Sonic Chronicles, but
I enjoyed it. I wish I didn't trade it in because it's worth a lot of money now. Do you guys have anything else to add before we move on to Quiztacular?
No.
You guys want to talk about anything?
I'm anxious to get back on the board in Quiztacular, that's for sure.
That's become one of the cool focal points of our show. So this episode,
Spectacular.
Quiztacular is. I'm glad you asked. It's a multiple choice game show,
Okay.
quiz question show,
All right.
segment.
Trivia
of our
show.
Trivia. That's the word. Another cat. Where we. It's okay.
Who's a good little cat?
It's fine.
Who's a good little cat?
Where we.
Yes, you are.
I will ask video game.
That's a pussy I grab.
I will ask video game related questions.
All right.
Stay down.
Bring it on.
So far this year, we have yearly, or we plan on having yearly seasons. The whole year, calendar year, is a season. Matt leads with 5 wins. I have 2. Teddy has 1 win. Teddy was supposed to make the questions. Oh, and the guest chair has none. We've had a couple guests.
I will.
You'll try. Teddy
You see my
Teddy really wants a win.
Don't start
So-
from failure.
What we're gonna do is
Are we bringing this on again?
I have a certain number of
I
questions.
feel like you're going that route.
I have a certain number of questions. The last 2 questions that we ask, and we will separate them. None of us will answer. We will leave up to the community, like we said. I will review that after, but first, let's go to the questions.
This seems rigged.
You sir, can now look.
I'm sorry, but this seems rigged.
Try not to look.
I will review the answers after. Like, it
Okay.
seems rigged.
So
I'm
try not.
sorry, but I will try my best.
Okay, try not to look at my phone because I have the answers on here. I can see you. So, okay, you guys ready for
Yes.
Quiztacular 11?
Double 1.
Still can't see it. You see Doom?
I'm just hanging out.
I thought you liked girls.
Just-
You said you're grabbing pussy. I'm married,
meant
bro.
cats.
All right.
Like cats.
Okay. Are we ready?
It's like,
Yeah.
damn it.
Okay. Question number 1. I don't know how many questions there are.
What?
There's an odd amount because I found an old Quiztacular that I never asked, that I never brought.
Ooh.
I printed off a copy, got lost in my car. Go figure.
All right.
Ready?
Do it.
Fair enough.
Quiz question number 1. Now remember I said thematically.
A. Sorry.
It's okay.
No, C. No, I changed my answer. C.
Let me ask a question first, and then we'll go. Okay, ready?
C.
Question number 1.
Still C.
The Koopalings. You guys know I love my Koopalings.
Mhm.
Do you know who the Koopalings are?
Just go on with the question.
The Koopalings from the Super Mario series were named after famous musicians. We had a quiz question about that before.
Yeah.
What other Mario enemies were named after a celebrity?
After a celebrity?
Any celebrity. I will give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. It is a musician.
I know Mario is named after the guy who had the lease on the place they had in New Jersey.
Yeah, the urban legend says it's either that or a
yeah.
janitor. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
But
an actual celebrity.
I'm
It's
still going to go with C.
it's a musician. C is incorrect.
All right. Well, I tried.
This one's not a multiple choice question.
Well,
It's
but
open.
it was still a chance. Like,
Yeah.
There's Seal. I could have said that.
That would be incorrect. The seals are
So
called.
there's a Mario character.
There are seals in Super Mario World. It is not seal though.
Named after
I'll give you a second hint. Second hint. This is the
See.
last one. That it is multiple boss characters named after a celebrity, singular name.
Can I say
I'm
it?
actually thinking, fuck.
Hammer Brothers.
Everybody's got to give an answer
What did you
first.
say?
He said the Hammer Brothers.
That's actually kind of a good answer.
That's a good question. Good guess.
That's a good. Yeah, that's like. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with Hammer Brothers. I'm gonna agree with that.
Okay, you can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hammer
I'm
Brothers.
gonna go with the
You
same
did that
answer.
last time. I rewatched the episode, and you pretty much kept taking his answers to the end because you were trying to stay even with him because you were one behind. I saw.
I'm gonna go with
I saw.
that because I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. Hammer
Um,
Brothers. Matt, do you have a guess?
No.
I don't have any guess that's
Matt.
better than
Matt.
Hammer Brothers, so
That's okay. It's hard when it's not multiple choice.
I would
Wait.
I would have to assume they're named after MC Hammer, but I mean,
Right.
that's pretty much it.
I feel like it's wrong though.
It is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Reznor?
No.
Trent Reznor?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Reznor were the 4 Triceratops
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
revolved around the thing in Super Mario World. There were 4 of them. There were
Oh.
multiple castles.
Yeah.
And you had to build them from underneath.
That's a great. I'm
They
sorry,
are-
but like that's a great question.
Thank you.
How
They
did I
are
forget
named
that?
after Trent Reznor from
Like,
Nine
wait,
Inch
wait,
Nails.
just so you know,
That's-
like, can I hire you? Like, I can't really pay you because it's
Oh.
not for profit organization.
Hey.
But, we're doing like a trivia thing at like PlattsNerd. Like, literally, we're gonna have like a 1.5 hour like trivia thing with games and video things. I would love you to come up with questions. 'Cause
That'd be great.
That'd be a fantastic question. That
That'd
one's
be great.
way too hard. You need to like get some like levels.
We need those
like,
leftover pants.
Some,
Yeah.
you need some easy ones and some.
Yeah, we'll,
like-
we'll definitely talk about that.
yeah, but like I mean, but I need some easy ones and some good ones. But like that's a wow, that's a good question.
Thank you. Speaking of good questions, I have a second one.
Yeah?
You guys ready?
Let's
How
top
many
the first
questions
one.
are in this quiz?
I don't know. I didn't remember them.
Gotcha. Just curious.
Concentrate.
Really? You
Um,
don't know?
I combined the 2 Quiztaculars into one on my lunch break last night. FYI.
So you know all this stuff already?
I do know all this stuff. Yeah. I'm like a video game
God.
encyclopedia.
Oh my
bro.
god.
Are you ready?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lay
I'm
it.
fine.
Lay it
Right
on.
on.
Move, move this way a little
I'm
bit.
just more worried about you now than anything.
I'm a nerd. I do get laid though. Married
Your wife. Right.
is a very happy woman. Speaking of Reznor, ready?
Yep.
The Reznor reside in 4 areas of Dinosaur Land in Super Mario World. Which of the following is not one of the 4 areas? Is not one of the 4 areas that Reznor resides in? Is it Vanilla Fortress, Forest Fortress, Chocolate Fortress, or Valley Fortress? Where is Reznor not?
What's the first one?
Vanilla.
Vanilla Fortress, Forest Fortress, Chocolate Fortress, or Valley Fortress?
It's Vanilla Fortress.
Need everybody's
There's a
official
chocolate
answer.
fortress, so going back to my Japanese, like no, I think no, it's one of the agricultural. No, I'm gonna go with. Oh fuck! Ah, this is more than I've had to care about.
You said chocolate, right?
I said
No.
vanilla.
Oh,
No,
you said Vanilla Fortress?
Mhm.
You say
I'll go with
Vanilla also.
Valley.
you're going to Valley. You're all wrong. Vanilla Forest and Valley Fortress are real places, but Chocolate Fortress doesn't exist in Super Mario World, therefore there is no Reznor there.
Gotcha.
However, you can change.
This is evil.
You can change
Are you just trying to like destroy my childhood?
a little bit. You can change Vanilla Fortress chocolate. It'll still be called Vanilla Fortress, but if you 100% the game, find all 96 exits, and then beat Special World, it'll turn chocolate.
I dated a train from New York named Vanilla Fortress, and she was wonderful.
Your shampoo smells wonderful though. I just got a little close to you. Got away with it.
Thanks.
Not vanilla-y, but okay. Question number 3. No score.
Wow.
Are
Are
we
we
ready?
all like at 0
Yeah.
at this point?
You're all at 0 after 2 questions. You're at 0.
God,
I
this
know.
is just brutal.
I know. Are you ready?
No. Yes. Okay.
Speaking of Reznor, the Reznor appeared
See,
in 3. You said C last time. That would have been right, but you changed your answer.
Yeah. I noticed that.
The Reznor appeared in 3 Super Mario video games dating back to 1991's Super Mario World. Which of the following are not one of the games that they appear in? There's 3 games that they're in. I'm about to name 4. Which one are they not in?
Okay.
Is it Super Mario World? Mario is Missing? New Super Mario Bros. 2? Or Mario Golf World Tour? Which one do they not appear in?
B.
Second one.
Second one. I'm confident on that.
New Super Mario Brothers 2.
The
Here's
answer is
Johnny.
Mario is Missing, which is B. These 2 guys have 1 point. This guy's 0. They actually were in New Super Mario Bros. 2, which I had forgotten about.
Really?
Because that's the one I played least.
I didn't.
Oh, God.
Here's a gimme. Ready?
This is like literally going in for like a film.
Going for a jugular.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying yourself.
Like this is scary. Like when you come with the next question, I'm like, oh my god, no, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I have the knowledge.
Yeah. Well, here's a gimme. Who or what was the final boss in the original Doom? Was it the Cyber Demon, the Spider Mastermind, the Baron of Hell, or the Icon of Sin? The final boss.
I answer
Of the first Doom.
but like, what was it again?
I will repeat them.
Please.
All 4 are in the Doom franchise. Which one was the boss of
the
Doom
boss
1?
of- yeah, I got that.
The final boss. The Cyber Demon, the Spider Mastermind, the Baron of Hell, or the Icon of Sin?
What's Cyber Demon? Well, I want to
The
say
final
C.
boss.
The final boss of Doom
Baron
1.
of
I
Hell.
want to say C, but
Let's
Which is C.
let's go with Icon of Sin.
Okay. What did you say, Teddy?
that's too
The Baron of
religious.
Hell.
Okay, you're all wrong. It's the Spider Mastermind.
Ah!
We all guessed the different ones too, and we still got it wrong.
How did like?
You guys
just
lead with 1 point
statistically,
apiece.
one of us should have gotten that.
Yeah.
Well, here's another
Wow.
gimme. What was
Really?
who or what was the final boss of Doom 2 Hell on Earth? The answers are the same.
The same right
The
now.
Cyber Demon, the Spider Mastermind,
It's the Baron of Hell.
the Baron of Hell, or the Icon of Sin?
Icon of Sin.
The third one was I go with C.
Baron of Hell.
You go with
C. Whatever
the
that
Baron
was.
of Hell?
Yeah.
The answer is the Icon of Sin.
Ah!
You're all tied with 1
Did
point.
you really know that one?
No.
But
Really?
you
You
said it so
sound matter of
convincing.
fact.
Yeah,
It's a
that's why I
1
was
in
like,
4 chance. Come on.
I
I started
literally
second
just said
guessing.
Icon of Sin
Jesus.
twice because
Yeah.
I remember
Jesus.
hearing it on a Did You Know Gaming or something like that.
you
No, I
said
think it was
so
episode,
convincing.
though.
This is tough.
I know.
This is tough.
Speaking of tough,
Damn it, Matt's on the board.
you're all tied 1-all.
No.
What was the title of the first official expansion to Doom 3?
I knew you were going to go Doom again.
Is it called Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil, Doom 3 Insurrection, Doom 3 The Master Levels, or Doom 3 BFG Edition?
Sorry, what was the question again?
Is there another option that's Doom 3, Mom, this is what I'm doing in here. I'm not masturbating.
Yes.
It could have been one.
The first official expansion to Doom 3. What was it called? Resurrection of Evil, Insurrection, Doom 3 The Master Levels, or Doom 3 BFG Edition?
It's not big for the giant.
Resurrection.
Insurrection.
Hey.
The answer is A, Resurrection of Evil. 2, 2, 1. Teddy, you're losing, man. You're already falling behind.
You have to watch out, Teddy.
Okay, changing.
Did you really know that?
No, I didn't.
I knew that.
Changing.
I knew that.
I didn't
actually.
really know that.
I actually technically knew that.
It just sounded like it would work. I know-
They're all real except for the Master Levels because that was a Doom 1 thing.
Yeah.
I
There
know
was not a
virtually-
BFG one.
Yes, there is.
Yeah,
Really?
It was a
it was
remaster,
The
Are you
remaster.
fucking
of it.
kidding me?
which did have new content in it, by the
So
way.
it's not the big Freud giant thing.
No, it's a big fucking gun.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Ready? What was EA's? No, this is a changing. We're changing.
Yeah.
Electronic Arts. I know that.
Yeah.
Shifting
That's actually,
gears.
I got that.
What
Like,
was
you guys use a lot of acronyms, and I got EA. I was
You
like,
did,
oh,
yep.
I know EA. Oh, I'm very proud of myself right now.
what was EA's Major League
Electronic Arts.
and Minor League Baseball video game series, which ended with the 2006 edition? EA's baseball game. Was it MLB Strike Zone, MVP Baseball, MLB Triple Play, or RBI Pro Baseball? EA's baseball franchise, which ended in 2006, was it MLB Strike Zone, MVP Baseball, MLB Triple Play, or RBI Pro Baseball? One of my buddies knows this question right now.
Go with D.
I'm pretty sure it's MLB Triple Play, but I don't know.
Wait,
Off the-
That's it.
I have
I'm not
Before-
100%
can you
sure.
say
So my
those
points
four
count
again?
more.
Because I feel like two of them are
My
correct.
points count more than yours.
They're all real games.
Yeah.
One of them is EA's.
D.
MLB Strike Zone, MVP Baseball,
Oh, wait, actually, no. Strike zone, sorry.
MLB Triple Play, or RBI Pro Baseball. Everybody's final answer.
I'm mistaken. It's triple play.
Triple Play,
Yeah.
D.
RBI Pro Baseball.
Triple Play.
It's MVP Baseball.
Really?
They lost the Major League license after the 05, which was the best baseball video game.
Because
ever
I was
made.
gonna say it was two big. I thought two of those were from EA,
No,
which
they
is
were all
MVP and
real
triple
games
play.
for all of those.
It
Huh.
was
I could have
MVP baseball.
triple play as well.
Guarantee it's MVP baseball because I had them all. Next question. Are you ready?
Matt still has the lead.
No.
The developer that owns the Rayman and Assassin's Creed IPs is spelled Ubisoft.
Oh no.
According to an official 2017 statement made by this French company, what is the correct way to pronounce its name? Is it Ubisoft or Ubisoft?
Ubi.
It's Ubisoft.
Ubi.
You say Ubi? You say Ubi?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It is Ubisoft, believe it or
Really?
not.
No, it's French.
All right.
Yep, it's Ubi. So 2, 2, 1. Here's the rest of Quiztacular.
I feel like such an idiot.
I always thought it was
No, like,
Ubisoft. That's
Trust
just
me, it's not something you want to win.
which of the. Then you're in great shape.
I want to win.
He wants to win. Okay, ready?
All I do is win.
Ready?
Yeah.
Which of the following properties?
You're a good man, Teddy.
Which of the following video game properties did not have a licensed breakfast cereal made in the 70s, 80s, or 90s?
I got this.
Which one did not have a
I
cereal?
got this.
Was it The Legend of Zelda, Sonic the Hedgehog, Pac-Man, or Kirby? Which one did not have a cereal? Zelda, Sonic, Pac-Man, or Kirby?
Kirby. I'm gonna say Kirby.
I don't know why.
No, it's not.
I'm stuck with Pac-Man or Kirby.
And what eras were you saying?
70s, 80s, or 90s? After that, I
Sonic.
didn't keep track.
Sonic. Wait,
Really?
no, I want to think that did, but I'm thinking like in
This is
terms
where I
of
try to
corporate
game.
ownership. Sonic, Kirby,
It's
Zelda,
Pac-Man.
and
Pac-Man.
I wasn't alive for the 70s or the 80s
Sorry,
or
wait,
halfway
can
through the
I
90s. so.
do fun friend? Like,
Pac-
who owned Pac-Man?
Namco.
Namco.
Kirby was owned
Nintendo.
by Nintendo.
Oh.
Zelda was owned by Nintendo. So if they made a deal, they would have made it for all the characters.
Not necessarily.
No, like they would have made
Kirby
they
was
would have
on-
made a deal for all the characters.
Kirby
knew you
was
were gonna
not
go
owned
this
by
route.
Nintendo, though. Not technically, not back in the day. It was HAL.
Oh,
And
yeah.
HAL Laboratories merged
That's
with
right, HAL
Nintendo.
Labs.
Well,
Oh,
even the
Kirby.
original Kirby was owned by Nintendo. The
But there's
original
two.
game.
It's not-
There's
it's
two
HAL
Nintendo characters.
Laboratories
What I'm saying is
different than
there's two Nintendo
They are
characters.
Yeah.
they're
So I'm gonna
first-party
cancel
developers,
both of those
but they're
out.
not exclusive.
I'm gonna
It's
cancel
like
Let's
out
discuss
both
that.
of the Nintendo
Yeah.
characters. I'm
They're
gonna
like
cancel out
Game
both of the Nintendo characters, and then I'm left with
Smart.
Sony and because I assume they would have made a deal for all the characters if they did.
Okay, final answers.
Pac-Man.
I want to go with Pac-Man too.
I'm going with Kirby.
The answer is Kirby.
Oh!
That's why.
Kirby did not have cereal. Everybody else did. They actually have really famous. You can still get boxes on eBay. Mario and Zelda cereals, and they had a dual pack at one point where you got a bag of
If I
both.
was Superman, I would laser IU right now.
Matt has how many points?
3.
3,
2.
2, 1. Okay.
I thought I was going to tie the game up there, too. Big time.
Because
Oh,
Are we ready?
Iwata
Oh,
worked
God,
at
there's more.
HAL,
There's
and
more.
Nintendo
Okay.
scooped Iwata up from HAL.
Yeah.
And HAL Laboratories is a first-party developer, but they're like Game Freak in that same way, where they do have that freedom,
Kirby-
they just don't utilize it.
Kirby, yeah, it makes sense because no one gave a shit about Kirby.
Okay.
It's a fucking cloud.
Which
Constantly bullshit thing that.
Star Child, but
Yeah.
I mean, same thing. Right?
All right, let's get to it.
Ah.
which of the following ready?
Yes.
Which of the following settings has the Assassin's Creed series, video game series, not visited yet? In any medium.
In
Any medium has Assassin's Creed not been to yet? The options are Israel during the Third Crusade.
Oh,
Specific.
Okay, yes,
concept.
it's very specific.
All
I
right.
like that.
New Orleans during the French and Indian War. The United
What?
States during the American Civil War.
B, obviously.
Or Russia during the October Revolution.
B.
The options again are where has Assassin's Creed not visited? Israel during the Third Crusade,
You're going to wait for me to do this.
New Orleans during the French and Indian
Okay.
War, the United States during the American Civil War, or Russia
No, you
during
said
the
no, wait,
October
before you said
Revolution?
New Orleans during the.
I have a feeling we're
changed
going
it.
the same
No, I
way.
don't.
No, you said New Orleans during
I'm
the,
A.
Definitely
D.
did not.
the French
But I'm
Indian War.
gonna
The
lean
French
towards
and Indian
A.
War.
Yeah.
New Orleans during the French and Indian
Yeah,
War.
no,
Pretty
not
sure.
that.
Or the United States during the American Civil War.
Could be
Oh,
completely
yeah,
wrong.
that's, yeah.
Israel Third Crusade. That was very specific.
Yeah.
My answer is
My-
Israel Third Crusade.
My natural instinct is that it's a trick question, and that it's not the Third Crusade in particular in
Yeah.
Israel.
So you say Israel.
And you said particularly what in Russia?
Russia during the October
I'll
Revolution.
give you the firstborn child I'll never have for a pig.
Okay, deal.
You don't want it. Like, trust me, it's gonna be a shitty kid.
I'll give it away.
It's gonna be a terrible child. Like, you wouldn't want it. Like, it'd be like, it's more of like, thank you for taking
Right?
it.
Yeah. I
kind
was
of
stuck on that too. Is it A or that D?
Israel during the Third Crusade.
I don't remember them.
New Orleans during the French and Indian War. The United States during the American Civil War. Or Russia during the October Revolution.
I'm not from here. Are you a local? I could be wrong.
I'm
I
gonna
should
say
shut
A. Just
A. You say B.
up. I so firmly say
A.
Incorrect all. Israel during the Third Crusade
That's
was
D.
Assassin's Creed 1.
the French Indian War happened in New York
But the game
on the border with Canada.
Assassin's Creed Liberation took place in New Orleans during the French and Indian War.
That
Russia during the October
someone
Revolution
out
was
there, please correct this.
was
That's not the name of the war.
was Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia, and also the comic books. The answer was the
I
United
look
States.
forward to this to being in your corrections list next week.
Okay. The correct answer was the United States during the American Civil War, because the only one that took place in the United States was
for the
Assassin's
Black
Creed
Flag.
3
which is the revolution.
during the Revolutionary War, not the Civil War.
Damn it.
3, 2, 1. Quiztacular continues. Now, are we ready? That was a good
Hell
question,
no.
right?
It's not
Very
like
good.
Chris Tackle continues. It's that it won't let my soul be like, I can't win this.
You're in second place. 3, 2, 1. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The first winner after Matt. Is,
Yeah. It's like the runner-up.
Right.
Matt is synonymous with winning. Where, he just got the glare of the century. Speaking of centuries,
Superman later.
Scat,
ready?
scat, smat. Like, I'm sorry.
When does the mainline Halo series take place?
I have no idea.
Is it the 24th century, the 25th, the 26th, or the 27th? That's
See.
kind of a silly question,
See.
but
Kind of.
if you know Halo, you know.
See,
See?
Fourth, fifth, or sixth, right? Or seventh.
24th, 25th, 26th, 27th.
Okay.
I want to say
26.
25th.
Oh,
Can I
no,
change my
27.
answer to whatever he says?
27.
25th.
You say what?
Can I change my answer to whatever he says?
I need your final answers.
What
27.
he says.
25th.
What he says.
Everybody's wrong. It's the 24th century.
Ah!
All the games take place in the 24th
Didn't
century.
actually know.
That was kind of a bad question. Speaking of Halo,
Sometimes I wonder if Matt's going to intentionally choose the wrong answer to see if I'm going to choose it with him.
if he can afford to.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
For
ready?
his own amusement. He would do that to
Here's a
me.
good question. Ready? You got to listen closely though.
Oh.
See.
The Halo fans will know. Thale Vadame, more commonly known as the Arbiter from Halo 2, was granted the rank of Arbiter from the High Prophets of the Covenant. The rank itself took on a new meaning during the opening minutes of the 2004 Classic. What is the significance of the rank of the Arbiter? What does the Arbiter mean in Halo 2 within the Covenant? The answers are: it signified lifetime achievement and honor. It disgraced warriors and given them a chance to atone for their failures. It represented the highest combat rank among Covenant elites. Or the rank and its armor were used to signify traitors to the Covenant. The answers are: what is the question is, what is the significance of the rank of Arbiter within the Covenant in the Halo series? It signified lifetime achievement and honor. It gave disgraced warriors a chance to atone for their failures. It represented the highest combat rank among Covenant elites, or the rank and its armor were used to signify traitors to the Covenant.
B.
C.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Disgraced.
The answer is B. It gave disgraced warriors a chance to atone for their failures. They basically gave Thale. They gave Thale a suicide mission and forced him into it, and he didn't really have a choice, so he had to wear that armor, knowing he was going to die, but he didn't die.
He's a disgraced warrior.
How many wars these are there?
A couple. So we got 3, 2, and 2. A couple more to catch up on.
Why
Here we go.
didn't you choose A, Matt?
Which of the following games are not real video games?
This should be easy.
I hope that's not going to be now. That's for sure.
You see that?
The options are
Not a
The
real
Man Show, the game. Orange is the New Black, the game.
Oh, please tell me no.
Jackass, the game.
That
Or
definitely-
Playboy, the game.
The,
Which is not a real
Playboy
video game.
Jackass.
the
Yeah.
Playboy
I
and
can see
Jackass are
that.
games.
Yeah.
The Man Show, the game. Orange is the New Black, the game. Jackass, the game. Or Playboy, the game.
That's Orange is the New Black.
I kind of want to say that too.
I
but
really
don't
wanna say
think
Orange
so.
is the
With
New Black as well.
gamification.
Final answers?
A.
Orange.
A.
Well, A is the Man Show.
Was it Man Show?
The
No,
answer,
the Man Show definitely had a game. I remember that. Like B, that. Orange is the Black. Yeah.
Orange.
It's orange.
No. Orange is the New Black is on iOS. It's bad.
Is it?
You played it?
The Man Show?
The answer is the Man Show.
What?
Oh,
Fuck! I had it.
Did not
Oh.
have a video game.
I can't.
Kind of
really?
chain back then.
So we got how many?
I thought
3,
two.
3, 2, and 2.
Two.
I thought the Man Show was.
I had it. I had Man
I
Show
couldn't
for a
find anything
second.
on.
The Man Show was
It was
Show
hosted by
on,
Jimmy
like,
Kimmel
Late Central.
and
Yeah.
the guy who does the sex show now on.
I totally thought it was a
radio.
video game.
Steve.
Yeah.
What's his name? Yeah.
Okay, ready?
That guy.
Agents of Mayhem, which just came out this week,
Oh,
which we
yeah.
left out in the intro.
Wow.
Agents of Mayhem, the upcoming game, well, it's out now for PS4 and Xbox One, is a spin-off of the Saints Row series. Pre-release, which none of us really know because none of us played it,
I'm
but
gonna say C.
I'll lock that in for you while you pee. What are the currently known connections between Agents of Mayhem and Saints Row? The answers are: porn star Tara Patrick returns as a Saints bodyguard. B. Johnny Gat and Pierce Washington are playable characters. C. Enter the Dominatrix returns as a pre-order exclusive mission. Or D. The dubstep gun is a PS4 exclusive weapon. What is the only connection that we know of, or did before release, when I wrote this, that Agents of Mayhem and Saints Row had? Porn star Tara Patrick returns as a Saints bodyguard. Johnny Gat and Pierce Washington are playable characters. Enter the Dominatrix returns as a pre-order exclusive mission. Or the dubstep gun is a PS4 exclusive weapon.
Dubstep gun.
Yeah, I'll go with Dubstep Gun.
And what did he say?
C.
The answer is B. Johnny Gat and Pierce Washington are playable characters. So still 3, 2, and 2.
Having any chance of that. That one was just. But Tara Patrick. Yeah. No.
She was in Saints Row 2 in the DLC. Okay.
Sure.
True or false?
I remember that.
You have so much specific knowledge.
I do.
Like very specific.
True or false? So these are easy because you get a 50-50 shot.
Yes.
3, 2, and 2. True or false? The Saints Row, Agents of Mayhem, and Red Faction games all take place in the same fictional universe. Are they in the same continuity? True or false?
Which games?
Saints
Row.
Saints
Saints
Row,
Row, Red
Agents
Faction.
of Mayhem,
I'm gonna go
and Red
false.
Faction.
False.
That's true.
I'm going false.
That is true.
Yeah.
4, 2, and 2.
Did
Matt's-
you actually know that, Matt?
Matt's taking the lead again.
Now he can intentionally give me a wrong answer.
I can
and
rest
see if I
easy.
can- yeah.
Now we get into some hard ones as we wrap up.
Are you kidding me? Now we're getting to the hard ones?
How many champions are currently featured in League of Legends before last month's announcement that a new one will arrive this summer? Who's already out now, actually. How many champions? So I'll change it actually. How many champions are currently in League of Legends? The options are 56, 100, 124, or 137.
124.
I feel like I actually know this one, yet I feel like we're both gonna get wrong, and I mean, right, I won't gain ground.
I'm sorry, what was that? Did you say 124?
Yes.
No, the answer is 137. It's 137 champions.
Did you think you knew that?
Here's one
I knew
that,
it was over 100.
Here's one that Matt might get.
Really? Pad the lead some more?
Sorry, bud. How many Pokemon currently exist in-game through Generation 7?
I don't.
Before, you don't know?
I don't know.
Before
I know this answer.
Before Ultra Sun and
I know
Ultra
this
Moon is
answer.
released this fall.
Way too many.
How many Pokemon exist? This does not.
That's the answer. Is way too many.
This does not include shinies, dark versions, etc.
Okay.
Way too
Okay.
many.
The answers are 700, 721, 802, or 820.
820. I feel like there's 800.
I got the 720, so it's a good number.
700,
Yeah, I'll go with 820.
802.
721.
Really?
Oh, another chance.
Is that
to-
in,
So
that's
4, 2,
that's
and 2.
including
Catching up.
legendaries?
I'm
Does
catching
not
up.
include legendaries or any.
That does not. Okay. I bet if you include
Catch up.
legendaries. then
Well,
it's
no, legend. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Legendaries. I meant shinies. It doesn't count like variants, like shinies or different colors
or different forms, like cast form and his 3 forms. Does it count those?
Do they get their own number in the Pokedex?
No.
Then
No.
There's 721
Yeah.
on a national
There's the
Pokedex.
Pokedex. That's a thing that's registered with the national government.
Yeah.
And it's monitored. It's like it's a thing
Mm.
that like is legitimately followed, and so it's you can't change that.
For real?
Okay, ready? Some of us old guys might get
Wasn't
this.
sure.
Nerdcore hip hop
What?
is a genre of rap music that makes reference to video games, comic books, and other pop culture related topics. Who coined the term and is generally referenced as the originator of nerdcore hip hop? The options are MC Frontalot, MC Chris, Optimus Rhyme, or Whitey Cracker.
Whitey Cracker.
MC Frontalot, MC Chris, Optimus Rhyme, or Whitey Cracker.
I'm going to say Whitey Cracker.
Yeah, Whitey Cracker.
B.
I'm sorry, what?
B.
B? MC Chris? No, it's MC Frontalot. Which I
don't know.
love them all.
I don't know these.
Okay.
I see that you're mimicking me, though.
4, 2, and 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm doing that.
4, 2, and 2. You
He's
keep doing
testing
it every
it.
week.
This is going to make myself win, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt might know this one.
Oh, I guess I should shout.
He's got a lead of 2. How many total versions of Yokai Watch 2 exist through this year on Nintendo 3DS in the West?
Oh, in the West. Okay.
In the West, how many versions will exist through
Well,
2017?
Like
27.
versions meaning
Well, you know how like Pokemon,
Yeah,
the original
right.
had red and blue and then yellow.
let's say 6.
How many total versions of Yokai Watch 2 exist in the West through this fall? Matt, why don't you answer first to see if
6.
Teddy will follow suit?
Trace.
3.
Yep.
Teddy?
Oh, he said kind of convincingly.
I'm still going with 6.
I don't think 6 is the answer, that's for sure.
Of course it's not.
I'm going to put it this way. It's closer to 3 than it is 6.
I actually want to say 4.
Final answers?
Yes, 3.
4.
Answer is 3.
I actually knew that.
Yokai Watch
I know.
2 Bony Spirits, Yokai Watch 2 Fleshy Souls, and Yokai Watch 2 Psychic Specters.
You know what he said that threw me? He said through 2017, so I was thinking there's going to be one released later this year.
There
so I
is.
was like, let me add one.
a new one.
And it was
What's
already
the third
included third.
Yeah.
So we got 5, 2, and 2.
Psychic Spectres hasn't come out yet.
I was
but I said
hoping
through
Matt
this
would
year.
forget. Matt would completely forget the coming one.
Okay, What was Blizzard Entertainment's original name when they produced The Lost Vikings and Rock and Roll Racing on Super NES in 1993? What was Blizzard called?
I have to know this.
Silicon and Synapse, Chaos Studios, Blizzard Entertainment, or Super Crazy Games?
B.
Chaos Studios?
I'm gonna say Super Crazy Games. Don't actually know, but I'm gonna say Super Crazy Games.
Teddy?
I think it's Blizzard Entertainment.
You're all wrong. It's Silicon and Synapse. They did become Chaos Studios in 1994,
I knew that part.
Yeah.
but it was Silicon and Synapse.
Didn't claim to
These
know.
are evil questions.
So let's see how many more we
This
got.
is what happens on a weekly basis.
So we've
How do you
got
have more? Like, how does
got
your demented mind come
5
up
left,
with
so you
these?
can still catch up.
There's 5 more? Jesus Christ.
Okay, ready? True or false? These are quick.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
True or false? The Uncharted series featuring Nathan Drake is a spiritual successor to the Uncharted Waters games of the 1990s. Uncharted featuring Nathan Drake is a spiritual successor to Uncharted Waters.
That's false.
It's gotta be.
Sure, I'll go with false because they have to. Always on par,
It is-
of course, if they're all.
It is false. They're not related. 6,
Way to follow my
3,
lead
and
there,
3. 4 left. You gotta get them all right, Teddy.
As long as I beat Teddy.
Which means I gotta get them all right.
As long as I beat Teddy, it's something that matters.
This is not multiple choice. Just yell out the answer.
Uh-oh.
Name the 5th Five Nights at Freddy's game. What is the 5th Five Nights at Freddy's called?
There's not even a multiple choice, so.
Splendid.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
I have to say something.
I'll give you a hint. It's called Five Nights at Freddy's something.
Alliteration.
One word.
Fantastic.
Can't tell you.
Flathouse.
I feel like it starts with sister, but I know that's really not right. I think
Gotta have the full name.
sister,
Flathead Freddy is.
sister,
That sounds
sister
weird.
location.
That sounds weird.
Five Nights at Freddy's sister location.
Like, that place. That sounds weird.
It sounds weird, but the game is weird, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say sister location. For anybody that actually plays it, it's
No
a
idea.
total guess,
No idea.
but it's
Ready?
really not.
If I could phone a friend, it would be Silas Bond, but you probably are sleeping right now.
I thought about adding Who Wants to Be a Millionaire
Lifelines?
lifelines for you guys in the future. We should probably do that.
That'd be hilarious.
Do you have an answer? Do you want to say sister's location as well?
No, it's not
No, I wanna
sister's
say
location. It's sister location.
Okay.
I'm gonna say brother location.
It is
That's
Five
even
Nights at Freddy's sister location. 7, 3, and 3.
I've been
So dumb that
mathematically.
I can't believe that nobody
Seriously?
said Five Nights at Freddy's 5, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then sister location, and then Five Nights at Freddy's World.
Damn you, Matt.
I'm sorry, Teddy.
You make
Okay.
life very difficult
We
for
got
me.
3 left.
I've been mathematically eliminated. Now
Yeah,
I'm trying
right.
for pride.
Shovel Knight has appeared in 2 video games outside of the Shovel Knight series. Name one of them.
Ukulele.
Amazingly, that was my answer too.
You can still pick it.
Okay,
You could still say
ukulele.
ukulele.
I'm gonna go with.
You could just say ukulele.
No. I refuse to. I have too much pride.
Find the other one.
I'm gonna go with.
I know the other one too.
What is it?
I mean, I'm not gonna say it.
No.
'cause
No,
I
like I don't know the other one.
He's
So
got
I
to
go
play for
with,
pride.
Based on just pride alone.
I mean,
I'm
you're gonna win anyway.
Well, the easiest one that comes to mind is ukulele, but I just want to see if anybody else is there
No.
in it.
That's the answer. No.
Guitar.
The 2 answers are ukulele and Blaster Master Zero.
You knew it?
That's
Yes.
what I said.
Because there's
8,
The other one
has
is the answer.
crossover.
8,
Yeah.
3, and 3.
I have Blaster Master on my Switch.
You have Blaster Master Zero on your Switch.
Yeah. Yeah. Zero.
Which of the following is not an actual title of a Dead Rising product?
Okay.
Dead Rising Chop Till You Drop, Dead Rising Off the Record, Dead Rising Watchtower, or Dead Rising Case 1?
Dead Rising, Watchtower.
Watchtower.
Jesus
No, but
Christ,
I knew
Eddie.
this one. I actually
This
knew this
one.
one legitimately.
The answer is Case 1.
What?
I said
Watchtower
that.
was the
I said
first
that.
Dead Rising
I
movie
said that thing.
on Crackle.
I said
Really?
case one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said case one.
There's
was a
two
game.
now.
I got that one.
Yeah, you got that one.
Case 1, there was one called Case 0 and Case
Oh.
West.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Oh well.
And I still blindly followed you on
Eight?
that.
What do you
But I
got,
really
8?
thought it was right.
8, 4, and 3.
I'm
I know this.
subliminally
I know this.
messaging the fuck out of you, Teddy.
This stupid crackle thing that counted.
We've got one left. Final question before we do our giveaway.
Wait, what's the score again?
This is the one that will vault me
8,
to victory.
4, and 3.
I'm gonna win this one, and I'm gonna get more than 8 points.
You're not gonna win this one, but you're gonna
Even the
beat me.
guest. Even the guest is ahead. Poor Teddy. Final question.
God,
The
Case
SNES port of Final Fight infamously removed one of the arcades. It removed the co-op, and it also completely replaced the popular enemy Poison, and removed one of the game's 3 playable characters.
No. Oh, 3. That's a good hint.
The arcade game had 3.
Yeah.
Which character was
I got it,
removed
I got it,
from the
I got it.
SNES?
Gauntlet. No, wait, no. I call it. It's no. Fuck. I knew this. Oh fuck.
What was the question?
Oh, I know this.
Final Fight, the original Final Fight on Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Removed one of the 3 playable characters from the game.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 playable characters in the arcade game are Guy,
Mhm.
Cody, and Hagar. Mike Hagar.
Final Fight.
Right. The game removed one of
I got it. Final Fight. That's the
the
game.
playable characters. Did
No,
it
no, but
remove?
Final Fight was the game. I won.
Did it
I
remove
won.
Guy,
I just won.
Cody, or Hagar?
I won.
That's a guy.
I got it. I won just now.
Matt.
I mean, I don't have anything to lose, so I'm gonna say Cody.
It can't be.
The answer is Guy. And they released
Wait,
a
I
second
gotta
version of the game called Final Fight Guy.
Well,
So that you
Guy,
can play as
Guy
Guy.
and Cody were the same dude, just with different colors.
This was the last one, right?
That was the last question.
Like,
I didn't lose to the
thing.
guest.
So, Matt is our winner again.
You know what,
You can hold
Matt?
up the hand. Like,
Matt,
You gotta hold up the hand.
He has
Like a UFC
how many
fight,
wins
right?
now? 6.
something like that.
Like
Matt,
a UFC fight.
you won,
Yeah.
but we're all speaking quietly in your kitchen because so that's what we can't.
Well, we can't yell.
Yeah.
It's midnight.
Da-da-da-da.
So you win.
Matt wins. You have 6 wins now.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Teddy and
impressive. That's
I
impressive.
have 2. Teddy has 1.
And I participated in almost all of them. That's the worst part.
All but 1.
I think Teddy's just like collecting information to one day conquer. Like I think that he's just like secretly.
I'm just throwing it.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
like,
so-
yeah, definitely. Like he's gonna one day come back and be like,
Before we go though, we do have 2 giveaways, which if you were patient enough to wait until this point
"Oh,
and
what's
suffered
wrong
through
with you?
Quiztacular,
What is wrong with you if you sat through this?
we
Seriously,
are
you need help."
we are giving away 2 tickets to PlattsNerd on October 28th, and 1 copy of Sonic Mania to Nintendo Switch.
That's true.
So okay, who wants the Final Fight question and who wants the N64 question?
What are you talking about?
Wait, we can't participate.
No, but we're giving away 2
oh,
things.
the giveaway.
We'll give you the Nintendo question.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do Sonic Mania first.
Yeah.
Sonic Mania for Nintendo Switch.
This
You
is
can get
the
a free
question.
copy of the game. Matt, we can't answer these questions. Answer the first person to answer, and mention the question that you're answering. Well, I guess we can't get them
These
confused. But,
caramels. Sorry,
yeah, that's Meow Mix for anybody that's watching.
that's fine.
Ooh, that was weird.
Me.
The
Sorry, go on.
are you actually gonna eat those?
I want that on camera, actually.
I mean, go for it.
If you are so
I'm not saying
inclined
anything
to.
for
Do
anybody.
you know that like I eat his Chinese food, and you think I'm worried about Meow Mix?
All right.
Sure, your food's better.
How did it go? Does it?
It's no, that's good.
There's Gorilla Glue in there too
His
if
Kung
you
Pao
want
is
some.
better.
Okay. For a free copy of Sonic Mania on Switch, thanks to our buddy Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
No problem.
The question is, and mention it on the Facebook. You should just swallow it. That's what I tell her. Even late, okay, for Sonic Mania for Nintendo Switch,
Spit it out.
answer this question on the Facebook
That's
post
actually fun.
below, where we post this on the official Leftover Pants post. The question is, even late in development, Final Fight was referenced by a different name. It was even advertised in Nintendo Power and all these, actually not Nintendo Power, they didn't have advertisements back then, but in GamePro magazine and all these other things. In print media, it was advertised under a different title. What was the game called? Was it Street Fighter The Final Fight, Street Fighter 89, Street Fighter 2, or Street Fighter 2000?
I think you should reiterate that
We're
question.
not
too.
supposed to answer.
Okay,
Right?
one more time just to repeat. Final Fight was originally called something else in advertisements right before it was released in arcades. Was it called Street Fighter The Final Fight, Street Fighter 89, Street Fighter 2, or Street Fighter 2000?
And what's the prize for answering that question?
Sonic Mania for Nintendo Switch. You get a free copy thanks to our buddy Matt.
There you go.
Very nice.
And for 2 tickets to PlattsNerd on October 28th, the question for you, I switched the questions, but the question for PlattsNerd, thanks to our buddy Kevin. In 1996, the Nintendo 64 launched in North America with 2 launch titles.
Mhm.
One of them was Super Mario 64. What was the other title? So those are the questions.
But I don't even know that.
Thank you. Oh, I'll give it to you right here. It's that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I know.
That's awesome.
Get your Google search engines ready.
Yeah, I guess you could Google it, but
That would be
First,
cheating. That'd be cheating.
cheating.
Don't do that, kids.
We have anti-cheat devices
You have
here,
to,
so.
like, you have to
Right.
know it.
We're tracking you.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Kevin, for joining us.
Thank you, Kevin.
You have some tasty treats here.
Thanks.
Thank you, Pant Bros, for joining me.
Mm.
And we'll be back next week with another episode.